Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had that brand new sergeant at the academy with one hash mark that tells all these old school war stories, but the only prison he's always seen is the movie American Me, smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and have him smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the following patrons: Lockdown 5, Crystal Bond, La Reina, Raymond, Tony Rex, Hernan, Abuelita Irma, G, Michael Mua, Winston, Marshall, John Wick, Alejandro, Trillero 760, Grant, El Skid, Nathan, Hobie Cat, Mika Boy, Lead with Love, Charles, Albert 12, AI Vega, the homie Fio, Esquiel, Big Bad 48, JT, Nova, Jack, Linda, Angel, Michigan Wolverines, Mikey 559, the homie Marius, Chevelle 66, Gigi, Abuelita's Journey, and Daus Herrero. As you can see, that list is getting huge. If you have not already signed up for that Patreon, make sure you hit that link in the description below. You are definitely missing out. This episode right here, man, out of all the BS coming out, out of all the transparency, BS, shenanigans, buffoonery show, clown show coming out, we still have individuals applying for the California Department of Corrections. Hey, my hat's off to you guys, man. Fuck yeah, I'll tell you what. Says something about somebody is like, hey, man, I see what's going on, but I don't care. That's right. So, suit up, shoot up, shoot up. No, don't shoot up. Suit up, boot up, and show up. There we go. Here we go. Today's episode is going to be the different routes and avenues and job positions you can take. Right. Hector. Within the California Department of Corrections, Hector, am I going to be a CO, knuckle-dragging prison guard for my whole entire career handing out toilet paper to inmates in the housing unit? You could if that's what you want to do. That's totally fine, right? Totally fine. Just don't get your neck adjusted. Here we go. So, here's the different routes you can take. All right. You become a CO, right? You've already applied. You're going to get your shiny little badge. You've got your backpack. You got your Punisher sticker. You got your thin blue line hat. I'm a warrior of the law. I bleed blue. I bleed green. I'm the fucking, hey, don't you know who I am? Right? Now you're a CO. Okay. Ideally, you have to do 2 years in that rank. Again, ideally. I've seen a lot of stuff. If what you want to do is promote up the chain of command from rank to rank to rank, this is what it would look like. You're a CO for 2 years. The test comes out. They'll post it. There's a website. jobs.ca.gov. I think that one's it. It'll say, hey, sergeant examination. Okay, I got my 2 years in. I meet the minimum qualifications. You apply for the test. You take the test. You rank 6. You're a dumb, stupid son of a bitch. Not my bad. I did rank 6 for the sergeant. Don't trip. Anyhow, you take an interview. You get picked up. Okay, now you're a sergeant. You're a sergeant after 2 years, right? Just what the academy is looking for to teach all these new kids. Just what the Department of Division of Adult Parole, DAPO, is looking for. They want these brand spanking new booties with no experience so that they can mold them like Play-Doh, right? But we don't Play-Doh. Now you're a sergeant for 2 years. You have a total of 4 years in the department. The lieutenant examination comes out, right? You've been rubbing elbows with the right people. You've been bringing in Jack in a Box, Starbucks for your supervisors. They really like you. You take the test. You interview. Bam! You just made fucking lieutenant in 6 years. Holy shit, that's impressive. You hang out there for another 2 years. Guess what? Captain examination comes up. Mario Carrillo, shout out to him. He made captain in 9 years. That guy made captain in 9 years. Yeah, his career took a fucking turn for the worse. Absolute shit. They shit canned the guy. But Is it possible to make captain in 9 years? Oh, definitely. That guy did it. Right. Book smart, not street smart. Here we go. After the rank of captain, associate warden. 2 years there, chief deputy warden. I say 2 years there. So many funny business when you get to the top. There was a lady that skipped the whole rank of warden. She was a chief deputy warden, and a horrible one at that. Horrible AW, a fucking nightmare, right? Somehow she skipped the rank of warden and got put up in headquarters, Sacramento, running the department to the ground. That is promoting through the ranks. Hope it wasn't confusing. You got it, right? It's who you know, not what you know. Well, Hector, you made it up to lieutenant. Who the hell did you know? Don't trip. Don't trip. Don't trip. Brawley's a small town, right? Just kidding. You know, a little bit of knowing somebody and a little bit of knowing this, knowing that. I got promoted. Don't trip. All right. What about those counselors, Hector? The counselors, they talk to the inmates about their mental health, right? No, that's not what correctional counselors do, contrary to what people think. And this is probably the first time you're going to hear it. Again, let's say you start off as a correction officer. Give or take, you have 2 years in. Now they open up a memorandum for acting CC1, acting correctional counselor 1. They fly it in the email. Everybody has emails now. Hey, you put in your memorandum, right? You're afraid of inmates. You don't like hard work, so you just want to be behind a desk and crunch numbers. I'm just giving you guys a fucking hard time, guys. I initially wanted to be a CC1, don't trip, and then I saw what they do, and I'm like, I'm cool, right? I'd rather hand out toilet paper, self-feed. So, yeah, you get to wear like civilian clothes. You don't have to wear the uniform. That's kind of cool. And different people have different styles, right? There's some people that have the New York gay style. There's the people that have the tactical look style, the green tactical pants. There's some motherfuckers that think they're in Hawaii with their aloha shirts, luau's. There's Captain Amador was never a counselor, but I would imagine she would look like a tomboy skater because that's what she wore for her AOD duties. But either way, you can wear whatever the fuck you want to wear, right? I think a chick wore open-toed shoes one time. Whatever. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can make your own hours. So, Hector, what the hell does a counselor do? Well, you sit behind a desk. You keep track of all the inmates' files. It's all on the computer now, but you keep track of with their parole dates, their annual reviews. You got to review them annually. You're basically classifying them like, hey, you committed this crime. You have this many points. You have committed this many offenses within the prison system. You're going to go here. You're going to go there. That kind of work. Hey, let's say I'm an inmate, right? Hey, counselor, so-and-so, I would like to get married while in prison. Okay, well, inmate Jones, here's the form. Submit it to your loved one, have them fill it out, and then that's the kind of shit that they do. Now, let's say you wanted to promote to CC2. That's one rank above CC1. Ooh, I'm laying it up. They have specialists and supervisors. I don't really want to go too much into that. One of them is in charge of people. The other one's in charge of other things. Like I said, it's kind of irrelevant. No disrespect. And then after that, when you're in those types of positions, you can lateral over to like captain or like lieutenant. Like they're equivalents, right? The CC1s and the CC2s are kind of equivalent to like sergeant, lieutenant, or captain. I don't know. Either way, classification-wise. Now, Hector, I'm not trying to promote up to a sergeant or up the chain of command to AW, and I don't want to become a CC2 or CC3. Fuck, I forgot about CC3s. But correctional counselor 3s. But I want to do some high speed shit. I want to kick in doors. I want to arrest criminal gang members out on the streets, kick in their door. I want to be dual sworn in as a U.S. Marshal so I can go across state lines and extradite people back to California. I know, well, slow down, youngsters. I know what you're thinking. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Slow down. Now, if your boy here who was hopping out of helicopters, tackling Saddam Hussein himself, didn't make it onto that unit, your chances are slim to none, right? You really got to be staged near the Sacramento area and be rubbing noses and elbows with the people in the Sacramento area. Period. That's how this works, guys. You'll learn to realize geographic locations matter, connections matter, networking matters. Just keeping it real. They have that too. That would look like you can go to parole, become a parole agent. They have these little teams called the CPAT, California Parolee Apprehension Team. I don't know what the fuck. They did away with that one. I don't know. They brought it back or I don't know. The department's funky right now. So the FAT team, Fugitive Apprehension Team, those are the guys that are dual sworn in U.S. Marshals. That's fucking high speed. I like that kind of stuff, right? I'm too old for it now, which is kind of cool because as a civilian, you can do whatever you want, honestly. Not that I do, but you could just drive around with a gun and pretend you're like a fucking cop. No, listen to what I'm telling you. You can drive around your neighborhood with a gun and pretend you're a cop, right? That guy Zimmerman did it back in Florida. Started this whole bullshit back in the day, right? I'm just saying, when you're not in the department, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Pretend to be whoever you want, right? Sometimes I go to Starbucks, dressed up in a suit, get on my phone. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm just like, right now, I gotta, hey, cancel the order. I gotta go, man. This is a hot call. A fucking hot call. You got everybody looking like, damn, motherfuckers are somebody, right? It's all a facade. It's all what you want to make believe world, right? Oh, Bill. Oh, God. No, Bill. Yeah. Erase the data. Yeah. Chanat is hitting. Right, shout out right there. I don't own any. Lost them all in a boating accident. But there you go. Fugitive Apprehension Team. Wouldn't you have wanted a guy with a fucking sense of humor like me on the team, man? Smashing, grabbing, right? Just fucking, man, you guys play too many games over there, man. Anyhow, SSU also equivalent to fucking, now we're talking like, for the sake of saying special operations. Compared to the military, you hear spec ops, special operations, you think, oh, the guys that are doing some cool shit, they have that kind of stuff for the department, right? Settle down, kids. Settle down. You got to put in your 10 years on Charlie RJD, level 4 EOP SNY first before you can get your little fucking pinky wet, right? Pinky wet? Yeah. Hey, man, those guys have some fucking good. They have all the good toys, the gadgets, man. They're working hand to hand with all the alphabet agencies. They are working hand to hand. Hey, what's up, so and so from the so and so? Cool. You spying on my social media account? Oh, you know it. Yeah, man. To all the criminal organizations out there, there's not one fucking thing you do that's a secret. And I think I've already elaborated on that. I don't care if you think it's a secret. I don't think if you're thinking you're doing the most secretest thing ever. It's not. Everybody, there's somebody that knows about it. Trust me. Period. Damn, Hector, you're wild. It's the fucking truth. How do you think everybody gets caught? So there's that. Now, Hector, I don't want to be a CO. I want to be a plumber. I'm glad you asked. We have fucking shit for that too, right? Don't trip. Sky's the limit. Let's say I'm about to give you guys some hope right now because not everybody initially wants to be law enforcement. Let's say you're a handyman, a plumber type, and not a very good one, and you work at Donovan. And then they promote you somehow to a supervisor plumber. So now you're a supervisor in charge of the plumbers. Remind you, you didn't go to an academy. You're not a CO. You're a fucking plumber working in an institution, which is fine. So now you get one more promotion. You become a manager of plant operations. So now you're overseeing all things maintenance as a manager. Well, guess what, guys, ladies, gents, and all of them in betweens? You can fucking take a test, an associate warden test, pass it, rank, interview, and get picked up as an associate warden for the California Department of Corrections without ever having been an officer, a sergeant, a lieutenant, or a captain. You like apples? How about them apples? They send your ass to a 2-week academy in Galt. Raise your right hand. I swear to uphold the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Meanwhile, they got their fingers back here crossed. Ooh, you guys are sneaky. And they're an AW. Next thing you know, imagine a plumber who's just been given the power to run a prison. How do you think that story ends in every time that happens? How do you think that fucking story ends? Anyhow, now that they've crossed that threshold, now they make chief deputy warden. Now they make warden. Now they make associate director. Now they make director. Now you can be the secretary of CDCR. Do you see how and why the department's so fucked up with that? Keep pushing forward.